Alright, it's time to find out how well this is going to go. I'm going to use Pure Sunshine on here. We'll see if it makes mud or not.
Well, you may make the video.
That was my hubby checking things out. Well, hoping. Yes, I sprayed it everywhere. That's okay. I'm gonna end up having to buy more of this. Well, be back. Oop. It's making mud. Right there with that purple. Ew, 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 ew. Well, hopefully it'll look good. Otherwise, I'll have to cover it up. I'll be back. Okay, I don't quite understand because I'm pretty sure this was crushed grape and this was crushed grape and these skulls are crushed grape. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So I'm not understanding why this turned into mud and this didn't. Because going back, I've used crushed grape. I could be wrong. Okay, that doesn't look like crushed grape. Maybe that's why. Maybe this was crushed grape, that wasn't. Those are different when they're right next to each other. I don't know. Ooh, I guess I better quit bending my paper. Alright, I'll be back when it's all done. I don't know what my problem is here. I didn't put my tissue, paper towel, whatever, and now I've contaminated another sheet, which I know Diane Reevely is okay with that, but yeah, I'm a little too anal for all that. So, yes, aw, see, I'll deal with it, but I should have put this down to begin with, but I wanted to get playing with my stuff so bad that I just started spraying. And yes, this is a hot mess, and hopefully I can fix it or cover it up with some dyes or something. I'll be back. Alright, well I think I figured out why this did not turn to mud. It is not ink spray, it is paint. So good for that, but I have since made a hot mess. I used Vibrant Turquoise because I thought it would be very pretty with the Pure Sunshine, and it would be had they not been mixed together and made green. Green is still pretty, but it is not Vibrant Turquoise. I also used After Midnight, and then I try to lighten everything up by spraying some water, droplets here and there and everywhere. Tried to use, I forget what this one's called, it's one of Diane's. I tried to use this with the water, I tried to use this with the water, you name it. I'm just creating a hot mess at this point, so I think I'm going to take a little bit of paint and try to add that in there and see if I can tone it down a little bit. But I'm not going to scrap it because this pretty side is on, this is on the other side, so no matter what, this has to be a keeper, whether I have to cover it up with black and start from scratch or whatnot, but I gotta do something with it. Be back. Alright, I tried to use Pure Sunshine paint and it was very, very faded. So then I took squeezed orange and tried to add to it, and I can't say I'm happy with that color here. Should have left it alone. And then I tried to add some of that squeezed orange here. And I tried to wipe it up with the baby wipe. Don't do that with the paint. It doesn't work. All it does is make a mess. It just spreads it around, and I no longer have the shapes that it should have had. And I'm not only making a mess on the paper, but I'm making it here. But I'm really hoping once I add some other elements, using my stamps and fussy cutting and stuff, that I can at least make it presentable. I mean, there are elements I like, and some I don't, so it's hard. But yes, I am going to quit adding to this background because I don't think I'm making it better at this point. I'll be back. All right, this is what I came up with, and yes, it is loud. It is really, really loud. I use this sizzix die. It's a Biggs die, but I'm assuming it's so old they weren't called Biggs dies yet. But Hearts Primitive number 2. I've had it for a gajillion years, and I finally got to use it. Sadly, what actually prompted me to make this was I got this at Tuesday morning the other day, and this is what I was thinking of doing, is doing a bunch of hearts as flowers. And in the end, I ended up going with all these hearts, not making them into flowers, but just leaving them as hearts. And when this die cuts out, this is what it cuts. That's right here. And on this one, I actually cut around it to make this because I didn't want to leave what was left over. And this is what it originally cut. Because I thought it looked pretty cool too. And that made a couple of extra hearts for me. I never did cut this one out, and I'm not quite sure why. But I did mean to. On this one, it's a half a sheet of her creative journal page. And I actually cut 2 full on sets of these, as you can see here. And then on this one, this is just a Nina cardstock. I wanted to test it out. It doesn't do what it does on this. But if you don't want to add any water to get it to remove, then you'll be okay. Like on this one, I didn't add water, but I was testing this Nina cardstock, and it would have been really pretty had I not added water to it and jacked it up a little bit. But I mean, I'm still practicing, and eventually I'm gonna get it. This is Nina cardstock also. And I was playing around with these. And surprisingly, this is Nina cardstock. And I really like the way that turned out, except for right here where I started to drop some water. So if you don't want to drop some water on there, you're good. Nina cardstock works. Not as good as the beautiful paper in the creative journal, but it still works. It's doable. If you don't have one of these, it can work. All right, thanks for watching.